So, have you heard that there's a recession on? It's pretty impossible to avoid it, isn't it? The mainstream media is having an absolute field day. So, I kind of felt compelled to have to talk this week about the recession and what it actually means. But first off, let me say that if you're immediately thinking, oh God, not more moaning about the recession, then actually this video is going to be the exact opposite. This is not a hunker down, doom and gloom type view of the recession. It's going to be the exact opposite. And the reason for that is that I actually started my business in November 2008. And the recession, the banking crash and the recession hit in October 2008. So I built my business through the last recession. And what I saw there was, I saw the trials, I saw the tribulations, I saw the problems, I saw the issues. But I also saw what it took to ride it out and actually do well through the recession. And I saw certain people who allowed themselves to be dragged into it and really made their businesses suffer as a result of that. So I almost feel like I'm a slight dab hand at the recession malarkey. So what I really wanted to share with you today is to get you thinking about what is the right strategy now that we are officially in a recession. And the key thing for me is we absolutely need to acknowledge it, and we do need to keep ourselves aware of what is happening. To just completely turn a blind eye and to be ignorant and oblivious is never a great business strategy at the best of times. So yes, we need to acknowledge it. But the key thing is we can't allow the recession itself to set our strategy for us. We have to stay the people who are in control of our business and the people who are making the active choices and the proactive choices about what we do with our businesses. If we take that attitude of hunker down, and what I saw last time round was an awful lot of businesses who believed everything they saw in the media about nobody having any money and everybody being in trouble and businesses going to struggle. And so they took fast decisions to cut their marketing spend, cut their personal development spend, cut their business development spend. And they essentially paralysed their businesses. And, they kind of cut themselves off at the knees and they got themselves dragged and sucked into the recession and then really, really struggled. Whereas what I saw is that the businesses who were proactive, who continued to set their own strategy, who stayed positive and who stayed determined, continued to do really well throughout it. For me, there were a couple of key industries last time that did struggle more or less right across the industry. So building, construction definitely struggled. And surprisingly enough, printing is the other one that really, really struggled because people just switched away from printed materials or went for much cheaper options. But in pretty much every other industry, what I saw was some who struggled and some who thrived. And it almost always came down to their attitude. And what you have to watch out for is the recession mindset. And it's that mindset that says nobody's got any money and everybody's struggling right now. Because what that does is it then pervades your subconscious mind, and it gives you the message that people can't afford you or that people are going to struggle to pay for you. And what that then does is that has a knock-on effect on your kind of confidence levels and on the way you project your confidence and on the way that you project you and your business. So if you go into a conversation or a meeting and at the back of your mind is the doubt, I'm not sure they can afford it, I wonder if they're struggling, I bet they're having a tough time at the moment. If you've got all of that playing in the back of your mind, then what you'll find is you just don't come across in the same confident, self-assured way. And you will actually end up losing business because of the doubts and the fears and the negativity that you're allowing to seep into your business. So as I say, should we ignore it? No, we shouldn't. We do need to stay savvy and stay aware. But it's not the recession that gets to dictate our strategy. We absolutely are the people that create, define, and follow through the strategy of our business. Of course, you will read things about the fact that there are more millionaires created during a recession than at any other time. And you read that because it's absolutely true. Because while so many people sit back and try and play it safe and try and eke out their money, the other people go aggressive, they go all out, they go far more visible, and they just mop up all the available opportunities. So I'm not suggesting we all go crazy gung-ho, but what I am saying is the fact that we are now technically in a recession doesn't change whether your customers have got money this week compared to whether they had money last week or last month or last year. So base your strategy on what's happening right in front of you. Stick to the facts, stick to the feedback from the customer. Don't be swayed by the mainstream media and this magic word of recession. Stick to your guns, and there are absolutely still plenty of opportunities out there for more or less all of us. So that's my big tip for today. Just get out there and keep grabbing hold of those opportunities. Hopefully you found this useful. I would love a like or even a subscribe below this video. And if there's somebody else who you think needs to hear this right now, then please do feel free to share, whether share by email, send them to YouTube, send them to one of my social media pages. It is all good. Thank you, folks. See you soon.